Hi there, this is Dr. Mort Orman, and today we're going to finish up the final video. Hi there, this is Dr. Mort Orman, and today we're going to finish up the final video in our series on Stress Mastery, the board game. It may seem like a game, but it's really your life. This is a board game that I developed a little while ago to be very thought-provoking and stimulate your ideas about stress, and also to stimulate discussion among the players in the game. There can be, the game can be played with 2 to 6 people. So imagine playing with some couples who might be friends of yours or family members or your kids, and you'll have an opportunity to discuss a lot of issues related to stress. We've been simulating the play of a game in the previous videos, and I've gone through all of the 3 of the 4 card decks. Today we're going to focus on the final card deck that we haven't looked at yet, which is the questions related to life in general. And again, we would roll the dice, move along the board, keep track of the laps that we're on, and you would roll, and let's say you landed on one of these yellow triangles that happened to be a life triangle. Here's the question that you would be asked. Which of the following are internal causes of traffic jam stress? In other words, things that you have personal control over that are going on inside you that can contribute to traffic jam stress. And there are 3 questions here, 3 choices. A, failing to check traffic reports before leaving. Could that be an internal cause of getting stuck in a traffic jam and being stressed as a result? B, assuming that whoever caused the accident that stopped traffic ahead must be an idiot. Do you ever do that? Does that ever contribute to your anger and stress by getting caught in a traffic jam? And C, construction work being done on the road you normally travel. So obviously all of us can run into unexpected construction work. Is that an internal cause of stress, traffic jam stress? And so any or all of these could be internal causes or not. Which ones do you think are not? I'm sorry, which ones do you think are internal causes? And of those 3 choices, the first 2, failing to check for traffic reports and assuming that whoever caused the accident must be an idiot, those are internal causes, whereas the construction work itself being done is an external cause. It really doesn't have anything to do with us. Now, obviously, we're going to have internal reactions to the construction work being done, and those could very well be causes of traffic jam stress. But the construction itself is outside of us, outside of our control, and not directly an internal cause. So that's one example of a life card. And again, we could roll the dice again, and I would move, and then you could move, and again, if you land on another triangle, and let's say it's a life triangle, you would pick, another person in the game would pick the card, ask you the question. This is a true-false question. True or false? People who have witnessed horrible events, or who have lived through wars or combat, can never be cured of post-traumatic stress. Do you think that's a true statement? Do you think that's a false statement? The answer on the card is false. There are a great many people who have suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, whether it be due to combat or some other horrible tragedy that they may have witnessed and survived. But it's certainly possible with the proper treatment, with the proper counseling or coaching, to be able to overcome that problem that many, many people have. You probably don't hear about those. You probably only hear about the people that don't, but and continue to be bothered by post-traumatic stress. But a great many people are finally able to end that as a stressful problem for themselves going forward. And for the final question, for the final video, we roll the dice, assume that you roll to another yellow triangle, and here's the last card that we'll be demonstrating. Which of the following statements are true about being wrong? You get 3 choices here. Are these statements true or false? It is never good or wise to admit that you may be wrong. Do you think that's a true statement or a false statement? That you should never admit that you may be wrong. B, failing to admit you may be wrong has little to do with how much stress you experience in your life. Is that true or false? And C, whether you know it or not, you are probably wrong about a great many things. So how many of those statements do you think are true? Do you think it's true that it's never a good idea it's never good or wise to admit that you may be wrong. Do you think that's true? No, I don't think so. Do you think it's true that failing to admit you may be wrong has little to do with how much stress you experience? No, I don't think. I think that's false. I think it has a lot to do with how much stress you experience, you and I experience. And C, whether you know it or not, you're probably wrong about a great many things. That's the true statement marked on the card as the correct answer. And again, the idea of these questions and responses is to stimulate discussion, to make you think a little bit, maybe challenge some beliefs that you have. And that's the way the game goes. There is some more excitement, obviously, that I can't demonstrate when we have more people playing and you got more pieces on the board competing with each other, going ahead of each other and falling back. There's that ebb and flow of the game that you kind of miss in this. But I want to give you an idea of what some of the questions were from each of the 4 packets of questions. And again, that's how the game is played. Think about how much fun it would be to play with family members, friends, couples that you know, or even in a work environment as a demonstration or a project that you could do to educate people about stress. So if you're interested in purchasing the game, each copy of the game is $67. If you want to get one, go to my website, docorman.com. Go to the contact tab on that website, leave me a message, and I'll show you how to get, or I'll respond to you and tell you how to get your own copy of the game. The $67 price includes all shipping and handling, so there's no additional charges. Once again, this is Dr. Orman. I hope you enjoyed this little peek into the game, Stress Mastery, the board game, and hopefully one day you'll own it and be able to play it whenever you want. Talk to you next time.